Alright, welcome to the InstaSim channel. Today I'm playing Professor Layton and the Lost Future in the previous series of Professor Layton and the Pandora's Box. It's been a while since we've actually played that game, and it's about time we actually get on to the next game in the series, which is Lost Future. I think I've said before that Pandora's Box is my favourite game in the series, and Lost Future, I think I've said before, is like my second favourite, but again, I haven't actually played this game in a long time, so I don't actually remember much about it, but we're going to go straight into it with the new game. Right then. So we're going to use our customary name that we use for all of the series, which is, of course, InstaSim. There we go. And yeah, let's go straight into it. This is a work of fiction. The characters, grounds, and events portrayed within are in no way intended to resemble those of the real world.
It just doesn't seem to add up, Professor.
I honestly thought you were pulling my leg.
What? I wouldn't dream of it.
Professor, I hope this letter finds you well. As for me, I am in quite a predicament.
Huh.
You see, the London we know and love has been thrown into absolute chaos.
Right.
To complicate matters, the calamity I speak of does not take place in your time.
Okay.
This may be difficult to believe, but I am writing to you from 10 years in the future.
Right, so that would make it 2020 in this game, sir. So that was 4 years ago.
I know this is a lot to take in, but I'll explain it all soon.
Right.
For now, I ask that you head to the clock shop on Midland Road in Baldwin. I look forward to seeing you again. Your student, Luke Triton.
Right, okay, that's...
Strange as it sounds, it seems that the author of this letter is none other than your future self, Luke.
How does that work?
From my future self? But how is that even possible?
That's a good question.
I don't know, but it does raise the question, if this letter is indeed authentic, how did it get here?
Excellent question.
By time-travelling postman? Just joking, of course. But seriously, I think this mystery might be the strangest we've ever encountered.
Indeed. And even in the future, you seem to need my help in solving it.
Yeah.
Your constancy can be quite a comfort in these uncertain times, my boy.
Well, thank you. I think. But back to the letter. How do we know it's real?
Good question.
Well, we haven't much to go on yet. But I can't help but think that this strange occurrence is connected to the terrible events of last week.
Last week. What happened last week? Aha, mysteries. Professor Layton has received a mysterious letter. The sender claims to be Luke from 10 years in the future, but how can this be possible?
It all started about a week ago.
Using a six-dimension alpha distributor, I was able to guide a concentrated stream of Hammer particles through a temporal vortex, more commonly known as a wormhole. This stream of particles allowed me to divine the terminal points of the vortex. Armed with this information, the next step was to artificially distort the flow of time, generate a massive magnetic field via a solar coil. Once the magnetic field is firmly established, one has the ability, quite literally, punch holes or hive gaps into the very fabric of space-time. After this crucial step, simply imagine constructing an energy.
Quite the spread we have here, Inspector. Though it does make me wonder what we did to deserve invitations to such a feast.
It's obvious, Barton. I'm an influential man in the world of law enforcement.
Ah, yes, Inspector Chelmy, we would never be able to solve crimes without you.
It's only natural I'd be invited to an important event such as this.
I suppose that's possible.
Possible, you say?
I don't think Barton believes him.
Probable. Highly probable, sir.
Highly probable. Touch an area to investigate.
Oh, this food is simply dreadful, Bill. Do get this over with quickly so we can leave.
Oh, yes, dear.
I have to say, I feel a bit out of place here, Professor.
That's quite understandable, Luke. I'm sure most people would feel the same way in the presence of the Prime Minister.
Ah, right, it's the Prime Minister.
Hey, look! I think I see Inspector Chelmy over there. So, Professor, what do you think about this whole event?
I think it's a whole lot of bunkum.
Do you think that someone has really built a working time machine?
I mean, if anybody's built a working time machine, it's definitely not going to be this government. That's for certain.
I'm not entirely sure. Still, if it proves to be true, can you imagine the stir it will cause in the scientific community?
Well, I think it's really exciting. Though you don't sound entirely convinced, Professor.
Anything's possible, Luke. But I won't be convinced until I've seen the contraption work for myself.
That's how I feel on every single decision this government makes. So I don't. I'm with Layton on this one.
And I must confess, something about this entire presentation seems a bit off.
Why do you say that? Ah, of course. That must be your famous intuition talking, eh?
Hey.
That's one way of putting it. But enough speculation. Look over there, Luke.
Oh dear.
That god? What about him?
He seems to be looking for a man who snuck into the event uninvited.
Ooh, so we have an intruder in our midst.
Ah. Huh. Well, the food certainly isn't anything to write home about. Sorry you feel that way, sir. I think it's quite scrumptious myself. Ah, this over-salted chop and pile of wilted greens have nothing on Amelie's cooking. If that's how you feel, sir, I'd be happy to relieve you of that burden. Now, see here, Barton. If you don't return my chop at once, I'll have you driving a desk next week. It wouldn't be worth it. It would be worth it. This crackling is cracking. Okay. Oh. This event is a complete charade, don't you agree, Bill? What's that? Oh yes, a complete charade. Well, I hope the presentation is brief. We do have places to be, you know. Right then, I think we need to look at the guard. There we go. Oh, crumbs, I've really blown it this time. You look troubled, sir. Might we be of assistance? Assistance? Oh, yes, please. See, I've just received a report of some untoward behaviour. A party crasher. Hooray. Right. There's an uninvited guest at the presentation. We've already got our first puzzle of the day. There's an uninvited guest at the presentation, but the guards received a few clues as to his whereabouts. His table is adjacent to one that has a red flower on it. His tablecloth is a different colour to any adjacent tables. Oh, and his table doesn't have a yellow flower on it. Adjacent tables are connected by dotted lines. Take the guard to the correct table. Okay. So we could just move, yeah. Okay, cool. So, his table is adjacent to one that has a red flower, right? So we got a red flower on here, and on here, for example, and on that one. So there's three with... We've got three with red flowers. His tablecloth is a different colour to any adjacent tables. Oh, and his table doesn't have a yellow flower on it. So... it's not that one. It's not that one. Could be that one, because you got a red flower adjacent. So his table is adjacent to one that has a red flower on it. His tablecloth is a different colour to any adjacent table. And his table doesn't have a yellow flower on it. So that has a red flower on it. That one is a yellow one. Oh, hang on. There, that one's yellow as well, isn't it? So... Oh yeah, it could be that one as well. Oh wait, no, it couldn't. So that was a red tablecloth white. Yeah, it's probably that one then, actually. Adjacent to one that has a red flower on it. So there's adjacent to one with a red flower. The tablecloth is a different colour to any adjacent tables. Yeah, so that's different to that one. That's red, that's white, red, white, red, yellow. And doesn't have a yellow flower. So yeah, it would be that one. I take it?
This one's as good as solved.
Hey!
Phew, that's a relief.
That's a very easy one. Good work, you found the party crasher. It's time to let the guard do what he does best. Splendid work, my boy. Phew, thanks so much for your help. There'll be no more scrounging on my watch. Did you see that, Professor? I just assisted in the apprehension of a suspect. Oh, looks like the presentation is about to begin. Let's get back to our seats. Right.
Ladies and gentlemen, thank you for taking part in an event that will undoubtedly go down in scientific history.
Yeah, it's not gonna work. That's why it's gonna go down in history.
And here to demonstrate mankind's first time machine is its creator, Dr. Alan Stangan.
Thank you, my esteemed colleagues. After years of research in the field of time travel, I'm pleased to share the fruits of my labor.
Okay. He sounds like a communist.
In just a few short moments, I will be moving on to our scheduled demonstration. But first, I'm delighted to announce that Prime Minister Bill Hawks is in attendance today.
Prime Minister Bill Hawks. Ah.
As such, I have reserved a very special seat for our very special guest. Please, join me on stage, Prime Minister. No need to be shy.
Is this thing real?
That guy looks like the guy from Up.
What do you mean?
I mean, is this contraption a genuine working time machine?
Genuine? Who says genuine? It's genuine.
Why don't you have a seat? See for yourself.
Before we start, would you honor us with a few words, Prime Minister?
Good afternoon, everyone. Today is a monumental day, not only for our great nation, but for the entire human race.
Imagine if every Prime Minister started every single speech with that.
Since the beginning of time, we humans have strived to transcend our natural limits. We have conquered the skies and the seas, and we have even traveled to outer space. But the one frontier that has always eluded us is time.
Right.
Indeed, traveling through time is a dream many thought was out of reach for humanity. Until now. Ladies and gentlemen, I hope you will join me in ushering in a new era for mankind.
Yay!
Thank you for those words, Prime Minister. And now for the moment you've all been waiting for. Please take it away, Dr. Stangan.
I have just one more request before we start.
Okay.
I'd very much appreciate the Prime Minister's assistance in this demonstration. What do you say, Mr. Hawks?
What?
I assure you, there's no cause for concern.
I don't believe you.
But I was under the impression that I would merely be observing the proceedings.
Ah, well, do forgive my presumption. It was never my wish to make you uncomfortable. I realize it's been some time since you traded in the hard sciences for the softer variety. Please, feel free to return to your seat, Prime Minister.
Wait. What I mean to say is, of course I can assist you.
Bill, have you lost your mind?
Have you lost your mind, dear sir?
Ah, that's the courage we've come to expect from our fearless leader. You have my thanks.
If only our real leaders were as fearless, then we might actually get things done.
And now, without further ado, I give you my time machine. Mr. Hawks, would you mind just stepping inside?
Oh dear.
Dickens just happened? Something's gone very wrong.
Oh, where is he? Someone find Bill!
Ladies and gentlemen, please remain calm and refrain from panicking.
This is chaos! The Prime Minister and Dr. Stangan have vanished!
My word.
So, you think that what happened last week is somehow connected to this letter?
Oh boy, the Prime Minister and the scientists have gone missing.
Wait! Maybe if the time machine was real, this letter is real too!
What makes you think that the time machine was real?
I don't know about that, but these two elements aren't the only puzzling issues. Tell me, Luke, have you heard about the recent disappearances occurring here in London?
Oh god, the Death Eaters are at it too! Jesus Christ, why can't we just take a break for a change? Bloody hell.
Oh yes, I read about it in the paper. Some of London's greatest scientists have been mysteriously vanishing.
Oh dear.
Yes, and I can't shake the feeling that those disappearances are linked to this whole affair. In any case, it seems our best course of action is to head to the location mentioned in the letter.
Good idea.
Right, okay, so we need to head over to... where was it? Prime Minister Bill Hawkes mysteriously disappeared in the accident at the time machine presentation. What could possibly have happened to him? He probably might have died. Who knows?
Following the clue in the letter, the Professor and I set off. What awaited us was one of the biggest mysteries we'd ever encountered.
To my dear friend Instasim, another one of these beginnings.
Somehow, a single letter had made its way back through time. And the sender, strange as it sounds, was me. The future me, that is. Little did we know that this letter would draw us into the strangest of situations.
Okay, we get to save our progress immediately. Prologue, the clock shop on Midland Road. Well, here we are. The clock shop that... oh, I keep forgetting there's more dialogue before I click. The clock shop that the letter mentions should be around here somewhere, but where? This seems an ideal time to consult the map that accompanied the letter. Here, Luke. See if you can find the shop's location by yourself. Say no more, Professor. Right, we got ourselves a puzzle. Below is the map to the clock shop that accompanied the letter from Luke's future self. Starting from the yellow arrow, can you find the clock shop using the times listed in the map? On the map. Circle the letter of the correct building and touch submit. Use this. Okay. So, so we have these times here. So I'm assuming they go in order. Using the times listed on the map. So 12 o'clock. So let's go 12 o'clock. 3 o'clock, which is that way. And then 12 o'clock. So up again. 9 o'clock. 6 o'clock. So we got ourselves a H. Hopefully that's correct.
How about this?
Hey!
Phew, that's a relief.
Good timing! The answer is H. The times indicate which direction to go at each junction and are written in order. At each junction you need to check the listed time, proceed in the direction the clock's hour hand would point. Great! Getting to that clock shop should be a duel now. Let's go, Professor. Alright, but before we head off, let's quickly review how to move around. Oh god. Care to assist me, Luke? I know the drill, Professor. I can take it from here. Let's see. To start, touch the shoe icon. Once you take it, touch the shoe, arrows will appear. Touch an arrow to move in that direction. That's right. So just remember, whenever you want to move, start by touching the shoe. Right. We will do that in the next episode because this video is getting kind of long and we have quite a few things that we've already seen. So we've seen the presentation for this time machine and that went really wrong. And now we need to go to a clock shop because a letter from Luke's future self has told us we need to go there. But we'll do that in the next episode. In any case, thank you so much for watching this episode of Professor Layton and the Lost Future. I hope you all enjoyed it, and if you did, don't forget to like the video, comment down below, and subscribe to the channel. It'd help me a lot to get more videos like this. Also, don't forget to like my Facebook, on Twitter, and on Twitch, and as always, I'll see you all in the next video. But until then, goodbye.